welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for this video today, you guys. I have been busy and unfortunately just haven't really had time to film. I didn't even get to edit and post decorating for Christmas and everything. I have the footage, I just never actually was able to post it. So hello again, happy 2025. I know it's late in the year. I mean, heck, it's almost May. That's crazy. Happy spring. Yeah, so today's video, I am going to just kind of take you guys along with me as I work on our gallery wall. I had some images printed that I'm really excited about. We're going to do like the Mod Podge trick to them so that they look like, you know, oil paintings and whatnot. I'll show you the frames that I had thrifted. Some of them you may remember from previous thrift haul videos. Others might be newer. And yeah, we ended up getting a new couch that I'm sitting on currently. We ended up getting a new TV and we can display art on our TV. And so my husband actually came up with this idea because we have these bookshelves over here on this side for now. And so the other side was looking really sparse and we just needed some weight, you know, to kind of balance it out. And my husband was like, what if we did like art over here, like a gallery wall situation? I'm like, oh my God, love this idea. And I ran with it and I started to get all of the stuff. I'll leave the links to the pieces that I chose. They are from the public domain. So you'll be able to go and download them if you love them yourself. Me and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be back on YouTube again. Yeah, so let's start by showing you the thrifted frames that I got. I have them all right here. The first one is this really pretty with the gold detail. The sticker is just part of my process on how I designed our gallery wall, so I wouldn't forget what went where. And so there's that one, which I'm so excited to put art in that. Then of course you might remember this frame. It's just a simple wooden frame that already has a mat, and this picture, which is another, it's a print from, you know, a painting, but I don't love red and the pops of red are just not what we're going for. So I'll probably be gifting that print. It's just not our vibe. So I'm going to take the picture out of that. So you might remember that frame. This frame that we got, I'm going to use it this direction. I love the photo, or I guess the painting that I chose for this one to go in. So excited. This is newer. I found this at the thrift store. It was only like a couple bucks. I can't even remember. I don't have the tag on it. It did have a red frame mat on the inside as well with a picture of Santa. And so I took the red out and I left the green. Now today, and for the purpose of this frame, I won't be using the green mat. However, I'm going to save it just in case I want to switch out the picture because I do like the green mat for this one. I have this one that you guys might remember that we're going to have to take all the stuff out. Now, a lot of these frames have a lot of the paper cover on the back of them, or, you know, don't have the hanger hanging in the right spot. So we're going to take all of that apart. We're going to do what we can to try to fix it. Oh, and I did have this frame as well that we're using. I almost forgot. I did already try to like trial and error some Mod Podge. So currently it has the picture that will be going in it inside of it. But I got doubles of these two. The print shop just did that for me. And so like, come on, right? That is gorgeous. I am excited about that one too. Okay, like I was saying, a lot of these don't have hangers in the right spots, or I have to put hangers on them because they only sit like this. This one here actually doesn't have a hanger. So you can get like a picture hanging kit. This one's from Dollar Tree. It just has smaller little hanging things in it, like picture wire and little hook things so you can hang a frame. But we went ahead and looked on Amazon and got this big sucker here with a ton of them. It's like 415 pieces. So I'll try to make sure and link this below, but you can go to Dollar Tree if your budget's, you know, small. Like, I mean, ours isn't huge either, and this wasn't that expensive. But if you can't spend like 10 bucks on this, then go to Dollar Tree and spend $1.25 on this. And it's 55 pieces, and you might be able to get away with what's in here for whatever you want to hang. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the pictures now that I got. I am so, okay, so the quality of these, this is why I go to my print shop. So I do bookbinding, and I make my own dust jackets and things like that, because I read a lot of fan fiction actually. And so the ones that I like, I want to put into a book. So I do a lot of that. And the images that I need for dust jackets or the covers and stuff like that, I get from this one print shop. So they know me really well. And I think that when I put in this request for these, they were originally on different pieces of paper, but I feel like they saw in my email the paintings that I wanted, and they're like, no, this girl needs them all on the matte poster board, and the quality is chef's kiss. Like, I can't even get over it. You might have saw it. I did a short on it not too long ago too, so you might have already seen these. But the first one I have is this little flower sketch, and I'll put the artist's name. And like I said, the link for these will be below. This is the biggest one, and this is a portrait of Van Gogh. It's one of my favorites of him, and I love all the colors and his little face and everything. But look at it. Isn't it so cute? It's so good. It's so good. Like this, the company did so dang good. Like I can't even believe it. I've got this piece. So this is the landscape for that horizontal frame, and I love it. It's just so pretty. The colors are pretty. Now I don't generally lean towards a lot of like blues and stuff, but these blues, I feel like all of the paintings that I chose really kind of go together, and the frames that I picked for them, they were just really nice. So I love this one. Then we have this frame picture as well. Love it. It looks so nice. Hoping you can see these, and hopefully it focuses good. This gorgeous one I love. Now you might recognize this one too. It is on the background. You may or may not recognize it. I don't know, but it is on my background on my computer, and I love it. And the subtle green of the chair, like, it's so good. It's so good. I just love it so much. And then of course you just saw this one. And so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna Mod Podge all these. While they're drying, we are going to do the frame stuff. So I'll just take you along with me. I'm so excited. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna use this microphone just to see if, I mean, I bought them, I might as well use them, you know, because it was echoey as all get out in here. All right, hopefully it's not too crazy loud. Hopefully I don't have it, or I don't have it too low on my cardigan. I thrifted this outfit. Just saying. Thrifted Nikes. That's what's up. Okay. So I just wanted to kind of give you a visual a little bit further away as a whole to see where we're going to put the gallery wall. So I really want it to go over on this side and kind of come up. My husband says that he might want it to come up just a little, maybe odd up here, and I totally think that would look really good. We may or may not do something different with our books. Actually, these are really old bookshelves. This is one of the first pieces of furniture that I built, and let me tell you, I made some horrible mistakes doing it, but we've had them for a really long time, and they've just become a little bit more rickety and rickety over time because some of the wood that I chose, I didn't choose well. Some of it was warped and twisted, and it just kind of, it's really made the bookshelves sort of a problem. However, I loved the idea when my husband brought it up of it, you know, balancing the bookshelves, because we kind of like this little corner over here right now, and we wanted to balance the weight of it a little because it just looks really heavy on this side of the room since we have our couch in a different sort of configuration right now. So we're going to put the gallery wall over here because we think a lot of the pictures will help balance the weight. Sort of what we're thinking anyway. Also, our TV, like I said before, shows art, which I love this image. She's like putting on earrings or something, I think. You can't really tell. But I'll leave her link below. She's also on the public domain if you want her. She is like more of a portrait style, so there's more to her. This is just sort of like a closer up view. I don't know. I love it. And we will not be framing out our TV. I know so many people do that, and on so many TVs, it looks great. Ours, on the other hand, it's huge. Plus, I don't think my husband would love the idea of putting framing around our TV. He's very delicate with his electronics and takes care of the screen, things like that. Like, he's very particular. So I don't think he'd love that idea anyways. I think it's too big also. But since there is one of our frames, which is one of the pictures that I already had that I'll be putting up, it's a Picasso, and the frame is a little bit more modern looking. So I think that with that mixed with this subtlety of like a black frame will look really good, mixed with all the other sort of vintage and wood frames that we chose. So we're just gonna leave it. I know, like I said, a lot of people do it, and I think it looks better on smaller TVs versus like bigger ones, but you know, that's okay. I'm just happy that we can put art on it and it's not just a big black hole. And obviously we could change out the art too, which is really fun. This is the type of Mod Podge that I'll be using. It's just the matte version. This I did get off of Dollar Tree. I'm hoping I have enough in this little bottle because it was brand new and I tried it out on the little lady. And so I'm hoping that I have enough. I think I'm going to go ahead and start with the smaller ones to get them done quicker. I will not be doing it to these. These are sketches, obviously. Okay, so first thing I wanted to show you was on my lady. Now I'm hoping that I can get this to really stand out so that you can see what the like issue was that I ran into. So I've seen people do tutorials with Mod Podge on prints like this in a couple different ways. Like some people will take them and just do a whole layer of Mod Podge right on top, right? And then let it dry and then do the brush strokey one. Well, I was like, let me try the other one where you just do the brush strokes and then do the brush strokes, like do 2 layers of them. Well, I don't know if you can tell really by looking at her, but when I did that, and when I look back at this video, if this view isn't very good, I'll show you another one. But when I did that, you can see these lines where it wasn't staying wet enough and it created like just an odd look. And so I don't love that. My husband agrees. So I'm just going to go ahead and redo her and I'm going to do it the other way. So I'm going to try the other method of getting it Mod Podged on the first layer and then doing the second layer with the brush strokes. So don't let any dust get on it if possible. So for this then, first layer, I'm just gonna go ahead and put the Mod Podge directly on the picture like that for speed's sake. And then just try to spread it out, but I don't want it to dry too fast or leave odd marks or things. Oh gosh, it's already drying so fast. Okay, Mod Podge dries quick. Trying to make it not have any odd spots or bubbles. So that was the other thing that I noticed. I'd never done this before, by the way. That's why I did like the little trial and error version on the other image of the lady, because I just wanted to see like what it would look like. And since I had doubles, I was okay with kind of ruining one before I ruined like a real one. Hopefully that'll work. I don't know. So we're just gonna let her chill out. And I'm using a foam brush to do this with first. And then I've got this other little like kind of denser brush that I'll do the brush strokes with. Let's just do that. Hopefully. I bet this foam thing is probably like soaking up a lot of the glue. Oh well, we're making it work. Okay. Let's just hope that this works out in the end. So like I was saying before, we're going to have to take the backs off of a lot of these so we can get pictures in them. I won't be using the glass at all. This one still has the glass in it just so it could stay safe, but we'll take it out. I already took this one off and switched it around and everything, but we're gonna, and luckily this is in the right spot, this hanger. So right now I'm just gonna kind of take all of these off. I'll show you how I'm doing it. This one, we won't have to take anything out. I think it's just these three actually. And then let's get the hangers on them. So a lot of them just have this paper on the back. And I just kind of rip it off. If you really want to add more of your own paper and all that stuff, I'm sure you can. Do landscape style with this one, so we're just going to nail in a different hanger that I have from my little kit, and we'll figure out which hangers work best. I mean, you can do the wire, you can do just like this little claw thing. Doesn't have to be perfect as long as we can get the old picture out. So I will say some of these are pretty tricky. With this one, these little staples were actually like stapled through the cardboard, and it took me a second to try to figure out how to get the actual picture out. It was a pain in the butt. It kind of made me mad, to be honest, but I made it work. So we're just gonna take staples and bend them upward like you would any other frame. Okay.
It feels a million miles away, but when I'm close to you, I pray that I'll never have to leave. There's nothing more in life I want than just to feel your beating heart and let you know that I am near. The sun is setting fast, I know, and I can feel you bid me go, but I don't wanna leave just yet. 'Cause I've got so much left to see, but I know freedom ain't that free if I ain't got you by my side. Oh, my love, won't you come and walk with me a while? time don't stop, even in the middle of a dream. So turn the car around and leave. Meet me underneath the tree inside the valley that we made. And with our hands we'll make the best of the life that we have left, and we will never say goodbye. Oh, my love, won't you come and walk with me a while? Time don't stop, even in the middle of a dream. So turn the car around and leave. Meet me underneath the tree inside the valley that we made. And with our hands we'll make the best of the life that we have left, and we will never say goodbye. And if we do, we'll meet again, knowing love was heaven sent, and I've never
Okay, so
felt
it's
this
actually
way.
been a few days. I ended up like totally not, like I made a mistake. So I totally did not even think of the scale of some of the frames and how they would like fit on the wall with each other. So we're gonna have to like play around with the layout. This is what the layout was sort of going to be like, was my idea for it anyway. Like this is kind of what I was thinking it would be. But then it ended up not really working out on the wall. I didn't actually put anything on the wall. I started to like hold stuff up and it was just not, it wasn't right. So we have to redo the layout. But I wanted to show you now that everything is dried completely, how the Mod Podge turned out as best as I can. Like it's gonna be a little difficult to see some of the brush strokes. I might have to turn y'all around for it. So if you remember on the lady, I had these like sort of smudgy, weird circular things, and I wanted to try to avoid that, and so I did the Mod Podge the way that I did for all the other images. So it really worked out with the second lady. Let me turn you around so I can show you properly. Okay, so for the second lady, it really like worked well. The first one, as you can see, she just had like these weird little splotchy moments, you know, and I didn't love that. So the second one really turned out nice. Now the big image of Van Gogh, I tried to avoid having that happen, but he definitely has like some like obvious like lines, I guess you could say, around him. Don't know if you can quite see them on camera, but you can definitely see them in person. It kind of goes up, it kind of goes up and around his head and around this way. I tried really hard to get them, like to get it to not happen, but it did, and so we're just gonna roll with it. But that's the only one that this happened on, and it's not in the same way as, ignore my fabric, I'm doing a project over here as well. It's not in the same way as the lady had on her, oops, this one, where it's like an obvious weird I don't know if you can really tell what I'm talking about. This obvious weird line area. Doesn't look like that. It just looks like a thicker Mod Podge around, which is a little annoying. But it is what it is. So I really am happy overall with how the images came out and how the Mod Podge worked. I am overall extremely happy with how the images came out and how the Mod Podge worked for them. I do feel like it's just going to look even better once they're all in their frames and just on the wall and when the light reflects off of them. That's kind of the whole point of doing it, honestly, is to make it look more like a painting instead of just like a flat photograph. And I don't know, I really like it. I like it a lot. My husband likes it, thinks it looks really nice and textured, and yeah. So all we have to do now is get them in the frames. I am so excited to get them in the frames. I'm going to use this spray adhesive for some of the frames that have the cardboard backing. I'm just going to go ahead and spray adhere it to the actual cardboard, and then we'll trim around it or what have you after that, after it's dried, and then we'll start playing around with that layout and get these hung today as my goal. We need to get these hung today.
If you turn towards the way the ship did come, you can smell the earth that you and I lived on. All the pity that you had on me back then, all the Sunday afternoons with all your friends. You never did think I'd reach the deep of the world we found when you still had a dream. But now the time below your feet has turned to stone, and the children at your knees, they will never know. It was 2 miles long and you were never coming back, from the hill where you left no track, from the hill where you bled and died. Forget you, I couldn't if I wanted to, even if the moon stayed true, even if the sun told lies. A life that you and I, now we cannot hide. But if you like the way the road is bending on, well then I'll leave you with the sparrows and be gone. And your sky may turn to red and blue and black, but you may never see the sky with what you have. So if you turn towards the way the ship did come, you can find the earth that you and I lived on. It was 2 miles long and you were never coming back, from the hill where you left no track, from the
So now comes the fun
You can
part.
smell the earth that you and
I'm freaking
I
out a little
lived
bit about it.
on.
I'm so excited. So originally, I'll put the picture up again. Originally, the layout was going to be something like the Picasso was going to be like somewhere like here. It's just a Picasso print that I've had for a long time. But now with the TV, I don't think that's going to look good. So I was thinking, what if we did her over here, you know, maybe a little higher than the TV, and then we could put the other prints around it. But I think I'm gonna have to do like the paper method where we do cutouts and then tape them to the wall so that way I can see the scale. I need to really like make sure they're placed right, if you know what I mean. I don't want to just oddball or eyeball it. I do that a lot, but this time I want to try really to be like intentional of where we place these. So by the way, look at how good he came out. It was like he was meant for this frame. But I'm so excited. I want to get him up so bad. He's one of my favorites. So it's got like some dust on him. But anyway, so we're gonna have to do the paper thing, tape it up, and all that. I am beyond excited about this gallery wall. We're not going to be done with this area after this gallery wall. We want to do more, potentially more pictures even. We have to thrift more frames though. I have some more, but you know, we want to thrift a little bit more bigger ones as well, and just kind of shake it up a little bit in terms of the types of frames that we're finding. But we've been talking, my husband and I have been talking about what we're going to do over here in this area, and definitely the gallery wall was one of them. We've thought about building a bookshelf custom built. We built it ourselves from that wall to the edge of this wall, all the way just down below, like, so that way we can have some surface over here for like layering, you know, so we can even lean frames against maybe a mirror, have, you know, a vase with flowers, something big, you know, we want to go grand. And I think that's going to sound like, or I think that's going to look really beautiful. And then once we get more art that direction as well on the other side of the TV, I feel like it's going to come together so much for this wall once that happens. So we're still in the talks about that though. It's not like that's going to happen, but I really want it to happen because I want to be able to put lamps, maybe even sconces, things like that, and curtains, but I want my curtains to be a little wider and the bookshelves make that harder. So I'm just kind of brainstorming ideas. So we're not done with this area yet. Okay, we got to do paper stuff. I'm gonna have to wait though until I go get my kid from pre-K, and then we can come back and start mapping it out. Okay, so I didn't film doing all of the, you know, templates or whatever. It's just tracing and cutting paper. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to figure out layout now that I have all the templates for each picture.
It's cold out here tonight. Let's chase the fireflies. Your breath mixes with mine as we sit by the fireside with your hand in mine. Porch lights set the mood as chimes play our favorite tune. we both stare at the moon. Both stare at the moon. We don't care what's out there. No, we don't need. No, we don't want to know. No, I don't need. No, I don't want to know. The grass beneath our feet gives way to you and me.
Okay, so I think we got
Gives way to you and me.
spacing and stuff will be adjusted as we hang things, but yeah, no, that's kind of why I put the big one over here.
We don't care what's out there. No, I don't need. No, I don't want to know. No, we don't need. No, we don't want to know.
Okay, so all done. Okay, second. I don't think it's like super complete or anything yet. We do have like smaller frames and stuff, like maybe for some of the bigger gaps, just to like hug the TV just a little bit more. But we're gonna like live with this first for a little while and just see how it feels, or if we need to move anything around. But I like it.